This episode is sponsored by Tom DeLonge's new show where he skateboards and fights aliens.
Skateboarding alien hunters.
He's gone so insane. How hard is it to get kicked out of Blink-182? Pretty hard, right? They kicked out the drummer because he had a drug habit.
Travis Barker?
No, the original one.
Oh, yeah.
They were like, he's going back to college. And like years later, like, yeah, he was on heroin.
No, it's worse. Being in Blink-182 or knowing a lot about Blink-182.
Oh, I follow music news.
That's not music news. That's just Adam being really interested in Blink-182.
They had a new album a couple of years ago.
Did you know that the lady who pulls her glove on or whatever, she's actually just turned 50?
Who?
The porn star on the cover of the...
Oh.
See,
Yeah.
he already knows more
I
than
didn't know. You know more than he does.
I know the album art.
Do you know what they're talking about?
Is it the woman?
Yeah.
He's talking about the woman.
It's
You got the tat,
iconic.
the big butterfly tat.
I don't remember the tat. I'm not a psycho.
Colby Man. Hasbro called and wants Funhaus to create their next board game. What is the game and how do you win?
It's Blink-182.
Okay, I like it.
And
Wait,
what we do
original?
is each property is one of their albums.
Oh, first to 182 points wins?
First to 182
Yeah.
points wins. So let's name all their albums. Don't do it. I was kidding. Don't do any of that.
Dude Ranch.
No, stop it. I said don't name them. I don't.
What's
nobody
my
knows-
age again?
Oh my god.
Does anybody know who Blink-182 is? Nobody knows who Blink-182 is now,
Take
right?
off your pants and jacket.
How does he know all that?
I'm embarrassed for him.
Was it Robert Smith on
I
it?
think that's a good setup though. The board game should probably be garbage trivia. There's like a board that you move around, and every time you land somewhere, you have to answer some sort of garbage. So if you land on James, it's some sort of shitty
90s movie that
yeah,
you gotta,
90s movie trivia. If you land on Adam, it's all Blink-182 questions.
Only Blink-182,
Yeah.
If you
please.
land on me, it's got to be pop music, but from like 2016.
I think it's got to be questions from like 2020 because you're always ahead of this shit.
Yes, I'll take it.
Like, what overtook TikTok in 2019? Like, how does he know?
What would,
Yeah.
what would it be when you land on Elise?
Dabney Coleman trivia,
Oh.
probably.
I was gonna say international politics.
Or, I thought it was a Leslie Nielsen trivia.
Oh yeah, you could do that too.
I'm not a one-note character, Bruce. I
sorry.
like Dabney Coleman, too.
and Leslie
Yeah.
Nielsen.
I like old men.
Next question from E. Pickperzon. What is a fetish you wish you had?
Wish I was into young guys.
Me
You know,
too.
you're married to a young guy right there. Right?
Yeah, but he presents old.
I do. I'm wise beyond my years.
Does he present old? I think he looks great.
I'm an 85-year-old senile man in a 34-year-old man's body.
How do you react when he comes home and the grocery bag spills over and all the mothballs come out? Are you just like, oh,
Oh my.
do me now?
So
after
hot.
nap time.
I've always wished that I was into feet because there seem to be pictures of feet everywhere on
Yeah.
the internet.
True.
Like everyone's got feet pictures.
You ever see the video of those women who are in love with large like one woman's like trying to have sex with a Ferris wheel?
Yeah.
I think that'd be cool. If you go to Six Flags, it's just like being in a giant naked supermodel park.
But it's a story of unrequited love because you could never consummate the relationship.
That's not true. They fucking bang those Ferris
yeah.
wheels.
Okay,
I think,
Alright,
you,
well,
I think you just get to the bottom of Splash Mountain and you're like, legs open.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then every single time you come, you get a picture of them too.
Oh yeah, you're right. Jeez.
That's why it's called Splash Mountain. I wish I was more into webbed feet and hands.
Okay.
I don't know if you guys know this. 98% of all porn stars have webbed feet and toes.
Do you think it's that the kind of person who has webbed feet and toes is more likely to do porn, or porn gives you webbed feet and toes?
Are ducks porn stars?
They can be.
I'll get into that.
You like their squiggly penises?
I like that they can go underwater and come up and not be wet.
They also rape things too.
This is from Wall Smither.
Wait, it's not your turn.
Next question from Wall Smither. Segways are now out of style and discontinued. That's news to me.
Yeah.
What should tourists use instead of segways to tour the city?
Well, we already know the answer to that. Bird scooters, and lime scooters, and
Yep.
razor scooters, and lift scooters.
They're way faster, number one.
Yeah, and
Way
you can-
more dangerous.
Way more dangerous.
Way more dangerous because you never wear a helmet. They actually say you can't get on that without having a
Yeah.
helmet.
Oh, really? That must be new. When I wrote it, they were like, have fun. And it was a picture of a 3-year-old zipping through the air with no helmet.
I think most people agree with me that transportation is becoming a little too futuristic. I think we need to revert as we usually do. Horse and carriage is going to be huge come 2019. Mark my words, horses will rule the streets.
Who will clean up all the poop?
The bird scooters.
Oh, somebody's got to go around behind your horse on a bird scooter,
Yeah.
like with a stick and a scoop.
And then you send a Roomba and it runs it over and just smears it.
It comes up a lot in my life. and any opportunity I can to herald its importance, I will. Skitching.
What's that?
Skitching is when you're wearing rollerblades.
You don't have to explain to him. I know. Yeah.
All right, so
Continue.
Adam knows what I'm talking about.
Yeah, skitching.
I think skitching is severely underutilized in our society.
It's the best way to get around.
It's the best way to get around.
Where you just like.
Not even close.
Do you ride like a car on rollerblades?
Got
Oh.
it. And then the thing is, here's the thing. When you're holding onto the back of it, you can pull yourself, which gives you thrust. So then you can basically pass cars, grab the bumper of the next one.
I believe there was a game called Skitchin'.
You bet there was.
I would say hang glider. Because that way when you're like, oh, there's the Louvre, I want to check that out, you just,
Fall down
Please go
and
eat-
you crash into
stop.
that pyramid that's in front of the Louvre?
you crash through the glass to the Louvre. And you say, I'm here.
Sir Not So Social says Sonic is finally returning to the big screen in late 2019 with Ben Schwartz as Sonic and Jim Carrey's Dr. Robotnik. Is this a press release? But the most important role has been left out. To fix this catastrophe, who would you cast as Tails to ensure the movie is a success?
Elise has been pointing at herself the entire
Adam,
time.
it was Elise's turn to read questions, so we're going to have Elise read the question again.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Just to make sure that we got it.
Sir, not so shush. Sonic.
She can't read.
You can't
Sonic
read. Here, hold on.
is
Do you know that?
Final.
Fine.
Final.
No. Fine. No.
Final.
7 years we've been married. And I'm just now learning that she can't read.
Returning.
That's close.
Returning.
The answer is she wants to be Tails, and so Elise gets to be Tails.
Hey, I'm Tails.
See, sounds like
pretty good.
Gwen Stefani, but you know, it's still Tails.
Oh yeah, I think Gwen Stefani would make a great Tails.
Oh.
What about Elise?
Why would we skip a step? Just go straight to the source.
Wait, how many Tails can you make right now on your butt?
Can't do any of these.
I'm gonna say comedy legend Kyle Mooney.
Perfect.
I think he and Ben Schwartz would have a great dynamic.
They don't read their lines together.
I thought they were just dressing them up. What do you mean read their lines?
No. They're CG.
CG. How are you going to accurately convey Sonic the Hedgehog with a computer? You need someone with face paint.
James, you know a computer made Sonic initially, right?
I don't think so. Because I remember there was a window in my living room that I'd look through when he was in it.
Oh, that was just a child molester dressed as Sonic.
Oh, okay.
Well, since at this point we've only really seen the poster, and from that we can tell that no one gives a fuck about this movie. Neither will I. So we're gonna cast that robot inside the cave of that one Twilight Zone episode. That's just a giant
What?
box with like.
These references, man.
Is that a Blink-182 album?
Holy shit.
CMDR Coleslaw. To help the Avengers defeat their greatest foe in Endgame, you have the ability to add one non-MCU Marvel movie character to their roster and tip the scales in their favor. What character do they choose and how could they beat Thanos?
I'm going to say the most successful cinematic superhero character of all time, Aquaman. Because as we all know, Aquaman demolished the box office
records.
Rave reviews.
I mean, they have said that the sequel is go.
They have said sequel is go.
That is true.
Sequel is go.
Sequel is a go.
Yeah.
Is that what the Chinese tourists were forced to say?
I say we cross another incredibly successful cinematic universe. Tom Cruise as the Mummy.
Nice.
And he
I
comes
love
in to beat
His
Thanos.
desert powers.
With his, I don't really know what his powers
At the
were.
end, he got desert powers. All the powers of a desert. Wind,
I didn't
sand.
stay for the end.
I think he
live
can
forever.
bring back dead people to life.
No, wind and sand. He controls wind and sand, just like the mummy.
So I'm going to say Dustin Hoffman Tootsie. Because she was
Okay.
breaking down all kinds of barriers. If anyone could take on Thanos, it's...
Is Dustin Hoffman gonna be Tootsie?
Yeah.
Who does he sexually harass on the movie set? That's what I'm asking about.
So Dustin Hoffman portrayed a man pretending to be a woman named Tootsie in the movie Tootsie.
I know that, yes.
And during breaks in shooting, he did accidentally think a mirror was a window.
And he would sexually harass
tried to
himself.
sexually harass himself until someone pointed out, Dustin, that's you.
Speaking of mirrors, I would bring in probably the most famous of all MCU characters, Willem Dafoe's Green Goblin, but only in Spider-Man 2 when he was in the mirror.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and
Avenge me.
Avenge me! Yeah, but he's just taunting Thanos the whole time. He's like, try to get me, Thanos.
I'm gonna also say the tiger from Ang Lee's Life of Pi.
Sure.
Love that tiger.
You know, as the mother.
You don't know that. You don't know that it's an allegory.
He was the tiger.
I thought the mom was the tiger.
The mom was the monkey.
Adam,
the
your
dad
turn.
drowned.
Unless you want Elise to read this one too.
Elise can read that next one. She's killing
Go for it, Elise. Yawn, she's got a little yawn in there.
Cryptic A. Arizona Circle blew up beyond anyone's expectations. You were approached by multiple major networks to license, sell the rights.
Yeah.
Which network do you choose? How much did they pay you? And what do they change to screw it all up?
Well, we got to go to CBS. CBS has the highest viewers, but they're also the oldest.
Yes.
Typically viewers over 50.
Yep.
They watch CBS, they vote for Trump, they don't spend any money. So
Okay,
I feel like
perfect.
they're the perfect demographic
Yeah.
for Arizona Circle.
Thanks, guys.
Because what they'll do is they'll put it on and immediately falls or they would die.
Yeah,
And so,
so
then
it
if they
doesn't
die,
matter.
the TV's on for,
Yeah.
for probably
Still counts
years.
the ratings, though.
Still counts for ratings. We need a catchphrase for that new show on CBS.
Watch it or don't.
Watch it or don't.
You're gonna die.
From laughing.
Buy Centrum Silver.
Your grandparents aren't calling.
Wait, why are they? Because they're dead. Their grandparents have been dead for a really long time.
I meant grandkids.
Oh, yeah. No, they're not calling. Bad Peak would definitely be an assist trophy, where he'd just go,
I don't know. And there'll be a final smash.
and then a compost heap would.
Or a dog confuses you for a trash can and tries to eat out of you.
That happens a lot.
The stage would have to transform, though.
Into what?
Well, it would transform into the women's restroom.
I'm
Take
always
damage
in
because
there.
of how
we
stinky
got to
it
fight
is.
in that women's restroom.